I watched a 23-second video the other day, and I still can't watch it without getting kind of choked up. It's a simple video. It doesn't have any words. It's just a young couple that can see into each other's minds. He looks into hers, and she sees family and flowers and travel and good food and experiences and beautiful places, while his mind shows drowning in mortgage payments and late nights working and just crushing financial stress. She sees all the stuff that he's going through, and her expression goes from curiosity to shock and then tenderness. And then she sits down in his lap, and she wraps her arms around him, pulls him into her, and he rests his head against her chest. And the video finishes with them embracing. I'm going to play it for you in just a second. It's short. The guy in the video, he might not even be half my age, but I can so strongly relate to what he's going through. I carry the financial weight of 8 people on my shoulders. My kids, my wife, my mom, multiple households, all counting on me. I live constantly with the weight of knowing that if I fail, if I'm anything less than extraordinarily capable, the people I love are going to suffer. Watching a video where a woman looks into that part of a man's mind, and responds with love instead of judgment, it hits me. It hits me hard, even though I'm blessed with a wife who supports and loves me. You know what? Check it out. Like I said, I'm going to show you the video. It's short. I noticed some things when I watched it. First off, the couple is young. They're wearing wedding bands on their right hands. That's an Eastern European thing. And in the montage of what's going on in the man's mind, the word that shows is ipoteka, which is mortgage, in Russian. This is a young Slavic couple at the very beginning of building a life together. And in that world, at that stage, the entire financial foundation of a future family rests almost entirely on the man's shoulders. It's not some universal claim about all men and all women everywhere for all time. It's a 23-second video doing what a 23-second video doing what a 23-second video can do. It shows one dynamic, one phase, one slice of a life. There are a few things I didn't see. He did not resent her for what she had on her mind, and she didn't denigrate him for struggling under his pressure. Her thoughts, they weren't shallow. They were the things that make a life worth building and living. Family, experiences, the stuff he's working for. His struggle wasn't weakness or complaining. It was his unspoken reality. And after those glimpses into each other's minds, the video ends with a connection, a comforting embrace. And that embrace says, I see you. I see what this costs you. And I appreciate what you do. You are not alone. It's love. It's a couple demonstrating to each other that they're a team. And then I read the comments. Oh. From one set of people, men are pathetic for feeling this way. Male vulnerability is a weakness. Wanting to be seen is selfish and attention-seeking. Playing the victim. From another set, women would never actually care. Compassion from a woman? Fantasy. Don't be foolish enough to believe it. So 2 of the groups who watched a video about love came away from it with bitterness and anger. I wrote my own reply to the video, and I said, yes, being a man can be tough. My own wife has held me in those kind of moments when I needed it. Why can't people just accept and acknowledge that fact and just leave it? And of course, people did not just leave it. They heard being a man is hard and responded with, "Oh, so you think women have it easy?" In the mildly paraphrased words of one Bravo Cooley, Twitter is the one place on the internet where you can say, "I like pancakes," and someone's going to clap back with, "What, so you hate waffles?" "No, I don't hate waffles. That's a whole new sentence." My son has a t-shirt that says, "Do not hear what I didn't say." That may be especially important for the neurodivergent, but it's also something that applies to all of us. A man who carries the sole financial weight of a young family is not a claim that women don't struggle. A woman who's buried under her own financial burdens is not diminished because someone else acknowledged his burdens. You can't make other people's lives better by having a shittier life. It doesn't work that way. No one's challenges are diminished by your own. They get to coexist. The video showed the struggle of one side of a partnership. That's allowed. It doesn't mean the other side doesn't have struggles. Mike Connor, a man I respect, taught me to ask, what else could it be? When you see something that evokes an intense emotion, before you fly off the handle, ask that question. What else could it be? What if the woman's thoughts aren't shallow, but the very reason the man goes through all of his pain? What if his pain isn't self-pity, but the quiet reality of building the foundation for a family's future? What if her embrace isn't a token gesture or a kind of submission, but the most powerful act in the entire video? And to be fair, let me turn that question right back at my own initial reaction to those replies. What else could they be? Maybe the woman who wrote, "Men want to be oppressed so badly." Maybe she's been genuinely hurt by a narcissistic man who weaponized his pain against her. Maybe the man who wrote, "Women would never actually care," has never had someone wrap her arms around him and hold him together when he felt like he was breaking. I don't know what their stories are, but they know they have them because I do. We all do. Those replies, even the ones that make you angry, they're each written by someone. They're not just pixels, they're people. Every response I saw was written by a flesh and blood human being laboring under the weight of their own invisible struggles, their own reasons for seeing the world the way that they do. We all have feelings. We all carry things that other people can't see. And I think that's part of what made that video so powerful. With that window into our true selves, it hits hard. We want people to be able to see us and accept us. We can improve all lives, and especially our own, when we feel compassion, even quietly, in our own hearts. You don't have to lift up your armor and let the whole internet stab you. But hold that compassion. Remember that those are people out there. When I watched that video, I didn't see a statement about the sexes. I saw a man who was carrying a punishingly heavy burden and a woman who got to truly see him. The outcome was two people in love holding on to each other and showing that they were stronger together than they were alone. It was a fantasy of being seen, understood, and accepted. And I've lived that fantasy as a reality, so it can happen. But that's it. That's all the video was, and that's all it has to be. I think the internet, and not just the internet, would be a very different place if more of us remembered that there's a person who thinks and who feels, who's about to receive the words that you're about to send. In the words of mothers everywhere, think before you speak or write. And while you're at it, hugs are awesome. Try one out.